Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market News and Views by In the Money Stocks. Today is July 23rd, 2019. My name is Nick Santiago. Thank you all for tuning in this morning. All right, let's take a look at the S&P 500 E-mini futures. You're going to see that the futures today are trading higher by 11.5 points to 3,000.5 per contract. So all in all, it looks like the markets are higher after a debt ceiling announcement was made. Looks like the politicians want to go on vacation as scheduled this year. They don't want to be stuck in Washington, so they created a deal, and the market seemed to be rejoicing over it, at least at the moment. We'll see how this plays out. There are a lot of politicians that are not very happy over the debt ceiling being raised the way it was. So we'll see where this goes. We'll see how it plays out. But in the meantime, we have stocks in the news, so let's get started there. Just going to start the day off with Coca-Cola, KO. Stock right now is trading at 53.08, closed at 51.22. So you got a good little pop here. If you own Coca-Cola right off the bat, I would trail the stop loss. It can go a little bit higher, I suppose, because you do have an uptrend in place. But I really don't see a lot of upside in this name. So, again, if you own Coca-Cola, trail the stop loss immediately. Next up, want to take a look at HAS, which is Hasbro. This stock is trading at 115.10, closed at 108.51. Great pop there. So Hasbro catching a nice bid. I have this going up to around 116.50, so it does have more upside in the cards. So again, the toy maker here up nicely after reporting earnings. If you own it, trail the stop loss. Try to run it up into that 116.50 level. You don't even actually have to get out of this one. You can just trail the stop loss. But I do think this one can still make it a little bit higher. But with any earnings report, you always want to be careful if you want to protect the trade. Next up, I want to take a look at Pulte Home, PHM, or Pulte Group as it's called now. Stock is trading at 34.20, closed at 33.48. So you got a nice little uptick here after earnings. I do think there's a fair amount of resistance in play already. If you take a look at a weekly chart of Pulte, what you're going to see here, and let's just roll this all the way back, you're going to see that you have some really good resistance levels all the way up to $35. So, again, nice little pop for Pulte. It's up a little bit, but, again, there's a lot of resistance coming up into play, so be aware of that. Again, trail the stop loss if you own it. If not, leave it alone. We'll look at it once the opening bell rings. Let's take a look at Whirlpool this morning. This stock is getting hit a little bit. Not much, though. Closed at 148.35, now trading at 146.50. You could see after hours yesterday, it got an immediate pop all the way up to 159, then a reverse course and went back down. Now when I look at this name, I just don't see much to do here yet. Again, it's a little bit on the thinner side, meaning it trades less than 1 million shares a day. But we'll look at it once the opening bell rings. We'll see if it does give us an opportunity at some point. Let's take a look here at Lockheed Martin. LMT is the ticker symbol here. Stock is trading at $363.39. This did shoot up toward the 368 level, has pulled back in. It's still higher than where it closed at 357.63. So got a nice little uptick there. I'm not sure we're going to see a whole lot of upside in Lockheed today. So let's keep it on the radar. We'll look at this one once the once the market opens up. We'll look at it on the intraday charts. We'll see if it gives us some opportunity there. I'm just not seeing much for Lockheed at the moment right now. Next up, let's go over to UTX, which is United Technologies. Stock right now is trading at 136.40, closed at 132.95. So this is catching a nice little bid. I think you got a lot of resistance in play. I'm going to show it to you on the daily chart. If you take a look at the daily chart, you're going to see you got this red bar high right here. That had big volume. That's right underneath the 136 level, right at 135.73. And then you have a gap over here and a little pivot where you had a sell off. So there's going to be a lot of resistance at 136 for United Technologies. So again, if you own it, trail the stop loss immediately. If you don't own it, I'd leave it alone. We'll see what it does once the opening bell rings. Let's go over to KMB, which is Kimberly-Clark. This stock this morning is trading right around 136.68. So you got a good little pop there. Closed at 134.26. So nice little uptick there for Kimberly-Clark. This is in an uptrend. May trade to 137 and a quarter, 137 and a half. I don't think it gets much past that today. It's going to need to put in a little bit of a consolidation base to see higher price. Let's go over to JetBlue, JBLU. This is getting a little bit of a bid here. Closed at $18.96. Now trading at $19.18. It did go up to $19.40 here just a little while ago. has retreated back down. So JetBlue not really flying high today, but it is above where it closed. I don't see the upside in the name. So unfortunately, I still think 19 and a quarter to 1940 is still going to be a big resistance zone. At least that's what the charts are telling me at the moment. Let's take a look at Harley Davidson, HOG as it's known. Stock is trading at 33.20, closed at 34.28. Ouch. This is another down disappointment reaction for Harley Davidson after earnings. So again, we'll watch it around double bottom, I guess, around 32.50. Take a look at a daily chart. You can see that's really the only level that I'm seeing right now. So again, that's right around the 32.53 level. You put a little bit of a low in May. I mean, that's your only real support there. I'm not even sure I'll like it there. We'll have to see how it gets in there, but we will keep it on the radar. Next up, we want to take a look at Zillow Group, or Zillow, ticker symbol letter Z. This is trading at $45.21. This is down on news, I guess, that Realgy and Amazon are collaborating. So the stock is taking a little bit of a hit today. A level I like for this name, $42.35. Gets there, I think there's pretty good support. So keep it on the radar, $42.35 for Zillow Group. Next up, I want to take a look at Travelers, TRV, excuse me. Travelers right now trading at 148. They're reported earnings. Stock closed at 149.71. I happen to think around 147.50 is going to be a little bit of support. Then you really have to look lower, more likely around the 143 level, 144 area. There'll be more support there. I'm not sure if it even gets down that low, but we'll keep it on the radar. There are a lot of other earnings out here as well. Just can't cover them all in one video. So again, come over, check out the intraday stock chat room. You can trade right alongside of us. We're having a great 2019. We're going to look to keep that going really right into the end of the year, but we are in the start of earnings season, so we got a lot of earnings plays coming out each and every morning here for the next month. Next up, I want to talk about gold. Gold today flat on the day, trading at $14.27 an ounce. So gold, when you take a look at it on the GLD, which is a good ETF to track the movement in spot gold, that's trading at 134.60. So gold holding up very well, flat on the session. If you take a look at crude oil today, that's down about 24 cents to $55.98 a barrel. Let's move over to the USO, which is a good ETF to track the movement in crude. That's trading at 11.93 this morning, down from 11.63, down from 11.68. So again, crude oil slightly lower, gold is flat. Markets, for the most part, are higher across the board on the back of the debt ceiling news. So we'll see how this all plays out today. And again, if you haven't done so, come on over, take that 7-day free trial. You could trade right alongside of us. With that being said, everybody, have a wonderful trading day, and we'll see you a little bit later on the charts.